Before I start this video, I want to say thank you. Thank you to whoever's liked my videos, subscribed, commented, or even just watched the videos. I just want to say thank you because it's actually given me a lot of hope for future content, and it's given me a lot of motivation to keep pumping out videos. So, for my 100 subscriber special, I thought I'd bring a bit of a setup and studio tour because it's been about a year since I did my last one, and yeah, the quality wasn't too great on it because I didn't really work out sort of the workings out of what I do now. So without any more talking, let's get into the setup tour. Okay, this is where all the magic happens. This is the setup where I game, stream, and most importantly, edit videos. I also spend a lot of time here as well working on other side projects, so I flip PCs as well to basically keep my head above the water because yeah, the current global situation isn't really helping anyone unless if you've got stocks in Zoom. But yeah, since I first made this video, I have done so many upgrades. So I've got a brand new monitor. That second monitor there is actually quite new as well. I've got an old but new keyboard. The mic stayed the same. Still got a G502, new mouse, new controller, new headset, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's dig into them and go behind what everything I've got and why I picked it. So let's start off with the PC. It's been upgraded beyond recognition. It's totally different to what it used to be. It used to have a 2700X in the last video. Now it's got a 3950X 16-core beast from AMD. We've got a 1080 Ti, which is a very, very powerful graphics card still in 2021. We've got 32 gigs of Corsair Dominator Platinum. A bit annoying with these because these can't get up to 3200 MHz, only 2666, but yeah, that's okay. And we've got an Aorus X570 motherboard in there, which is very, very, very nice. Overall, the PC, that's what's changed. It's just a lot more powerful now. It relatively looks the same apart from the big chunky graphics card in there. Cooler stayed the same, no reason to change it yet. It's a really good cooler even with the 16-core processor. Another big purchase I made was the monitor. It is a massive 35-inch 3440 by 1440p monitor, and it actually runs at 100 Hz as well. So yeah, it's still got the refresh rate. It's a bit of a downgrade from my old 144 Hz refresh rate wise. But I decided I don't really care about first-person shooters that much anymore, and I'd rather play games to have fun, which is actually what matters. And playing this game with games at 1440p ultra-wide is beautiful on this monitor. It's just amazing. I love this monitor. It's more on the expensive side. I did make a video on it, and I'll put that in the description, or you can find it on my channel. One game I've upped quite a lot is my peripherals. So I've now actually got an Xbox controller. I'm reunited with one, and yeah, you can't go wrong with one of these. This is the Cyberpunk one. Really nice controller. It's a bit bashed up, but yeah, and I've got a charging thing for it because I actually kind of broke the USB port. Yeah, thank God micro USB isn't on Xbox controllers anymore. It's all going to USB-C now. So yeah, this controller is really nice, fits in the hand nicely. I prefer the Xbox controllers to, say, the PlayStation ones, because I just think them built better. So yeah. For when I'm not playing chill games, I've got my keyboard and mouse. So this is a Corsair K63, very budget sort of mechanical keyboard. I got this after my K95 broke because I spilled tea on it. But yeah, Cherry MX Red's my favourite key switch ever. I did move to a Logitech keyboard. The switches weren't the best, I kind of hated them. And then we move on to my two mice. So I've got a G502 for when I'm not gaming and I'm going through, let's say, web pages, video editing, stuff like that. That's when I use the G502. Whenever I'm gaming, I use the Viper Ultimate. This is a very, very good gaming mouse, and I do recommend it to people who really want to get into first-person shooters really professionally and at a high competitive level. These are my Arctis Pro wirelesses, and this is my most favourite headset of all time. I did post a review on these, so if you want to see what I actually think of them more in depth, that is on the channel and I can post that in the description. But yeah, I really love this headset. It's The features are just amazing on this headset, and I do recommend them if you've got the money, because they are quite expensive. Speaking about the SteelSeries headset, this is the receiver box for it. So this also charges the batteries, and it lets you control your headset, so you can like sort of flick through all the settings. It doesn't want to work. There we go. Yeah, you can sort of flick through settings, nothing too special. And you can also control it in the SteelSeries software. And it's got my trusty old cow resting on top of it, so yeah, he's just chilling. My mic's one of the things that actually hasn't changed, and it's still the Blue Yeti Nano. And it does a perfectly fine job. I think it's kind of on its last legs. It's often it makes a really loud whooshing sound. So I've been told by people in Xbox parties and stuff like that. It might be a setting, it might be the mic, but just something to be curious on. And it's a USB mic, so it just makes connecting it much easier. Speaking about all the stream chat, this is pretty much my streaming gear here. So this is my webcam. This is a Logitech C920. It's a relatively inexpensive camera, even though it sort of has gone up in price because of demand. But yeah, it does the job just fine. It's 1080p 30, perfectly fine for streams. That's what I use for my face cam. And this is the light. So you've probably seen this in videos. It makes them look way better, because the more light you can get on a camera, the better it will look. But yeah, I use this for streams and videos, and it's perfectly fine. And this here is just my shelf of things. It's got Funko Pops on it. Funko Pops, who doesn't have them? Box of my controller, box of my mouse, box of my phone, which is actually, this is being recorded on 11 Pro Max. I love it. AirPods. And yeah, I actually did lose the case of my AirPods, so I had to buy a wireless charging case, which didn't make for a happy day. And that's the box of my old 1660 Ti. And this is another recent purchase I made. I think it was in the last video, but this is my GT Omega racing chair. It's very comfortable. I know racing chairs sometimes aren't the best, but yeah, this chair is perfectly fine for what I need it for. And yeah, there's nothing more to say. It's got lumbar support, and it just sits me comfortably all day when I'm editing videos and gaming. So I'm finished for this side of the setup. This is the main part where I do all the gaming and such, but there's another part behind me where I do record a lot of videos. And this part is pretty much my workstation. This is where all the PCs are built. And as you can see, I've got one ready to sell. That one's actually selling today, sometime hopefully. So yeah, we're getting through flipping all the PCs. And I also keep a lot of boxes here, because if I want to ship something off later down the line for whatever reason, I can. So I've got a ton of AMD Ryzen boxes. I've got so many. I've boxed my Dominator Platinums and motherboard boxes in case if I want to sell the motherboard off later in the future. It does hold its value a bit more. And there's the box of my X570 Aorus Ultra. This is my anti-static mat, which I use for building on. So at the minute we've got the 1060 here from the last video. That's just there chilling. We've got some Be Quiet fans I've pulled out of a build. And in here we've got some RAM and an i5 6400, which I'm planning to put in another build. So yeah, not much to say about this side. There's just a few boxes, and it's a workstation where I build PCs. So yeah, there's not a fat lot to say about that. So that is the setup. I don't want to know how much it cost me, because that's where yeah, I just don't want to think about it. It's a lot. It's definitely in the thousands, and yeah, it's a stupid number. But you know what they say, spend your money where you spend your time, so that's exactly what I do. So if you like the video, like it. If you subscribed, that would be perfect, and I'll catch you in the next one.